from the CCMIR lab from the University of Hong Kong. First of all, I want to ask all of you one question. Do you enjoy listening to background music while you are reading books or self-learning? If the answer is yes, the presentation is right for you. In our daily lives, many students prefer to study with background music when they are learning. However, as for the effects of background music on learning, the findings are inconsistent. Some studies reported that the effects of background music are positive to learning, while others reported it has detrimental or no effects on learning. Many hypotheses have been proposed to explain the mixed effects. One is the arousal mood hypothesis from the emotional perspective. Another is the irrelevant sound effects from the cognitive perspective. In our study, we will explore the role of background music from these two aspects. In addition, thanks to the development of the music processing techniques, we explore the role of the fine-grained music characteristics such as the genre, tempo, as well as music emotions such as the happiness and energy to explore the role of these characteristics in on learning. Different from the previous research that adopted the laboratory experiment, our study conducted a ritualistic user experiment to achieve a higher level of ecological validity. That's to say, we conducted learning sessions for 1 week, and each participant will have the music app in their own mobile devices. To investigate the effects of learning, effects of background music on learning, we put forward 3 research questions. The first is what kind of music would be deemed as enhancing versus distracting learning? Second is, would learning enhancement co-occur with mood enhancement? The third question is, would personal music preference be related to learning performance and learning engagement? Our methodology includes, and then I will introduce the novel music app, Moody, to you, as well as our experiment procedure, pop-up surveys that we use to collect user data. As for the data analysis, we use the repeated images correlation analysis because we measured each participant multiple times during 1 week. Also, we use the Pearson's chi-square test to explore the correlation between categorical variables. This is the music app that we use to conduct the experiment. It has a large-scale music pool, 10,000 music pieces, and the music pieces were obtained from Jamendo, which is a website that has the license of Creative Commons. Our app can discover mood-based music from the 2 dimensions. One is the energy, another is happiness. As you can see in the interface on the left, the energy and the happiness can be changed from the bar from very low to very high. Next is the we can filter the music through lyrics or not, or music genre. The music genre can have classical music, jazz music, and so on. In addition, the app will pop up interactive surveys every 25 minutes to collect the user data. As for the experiment procedure, we have 3 steps. The first step is the pre-survey and the instructions. During the registration, we collected a participant demographic information. After that, the participant came to and we conducted face-to-face instructions, including the introduction about the experiment, and also the facilitator in our study will have to install Moodle app in each participant's mobile phone. After that, we come to the second step, the 1-week field experiment. During this 1 week, the participants would conduct learning sessions with music in the background, and also filled up pop-up surveys. After 1 week, come to the post-interview, and the participant would give face-to-face feedback about their listening behavior, such as their music preference during learning, and also their general experience about the experimental task, and also some suggestions of our Moodle app. Our pop-up surveys included 4 dimensions. The first one is the emotion surveys. As you can see on the top of this interface, it shows the semantic space for emotion. Yes, it will provide several adjectives such as excited, happy, sleepy, depressed, for the participants to answer. In addition, the emotion surveys also provided a circumplex model of emotion from 2 dimensions, such as the valence and arousal. The valence indicated that the current status from very unpleasant to very pleasant, while the arousal indicated that the status from very calm to very energetic. The second dimension of the pop-up survey is the scenarios. We have two parts. The first part is the task description. The participants were required to describe what their task is, such as the reading books or writing essays and so on. The second part is the LASA task load index. It also had 2 aspects. One aspect is to describe the mental demanding of the task. As you can see in the picture, the row indicated that the task is very easy and simple, while high indicated that the task is very complex. And the second question describes the pace of the task. It indicated whether the task is very no rush or very rush. The third pop-up survey is about the learning engagement. It is adapted for state scales and have 6 questions from 2 dimensions. One is the concentration, another is altered sense of time. As for the concentration, let's pick a question. My attention was focused entirely on what I was doing. The participant was required to answer they was strongly disagree or to strongly agree this description. For the altered sense of time, such as time seemed to alter, either slow down or speed it up, the participant needed to answer from strongly disagree or strongly agree. The last dimension is the learning performance. It is adapted from Mayfield. It only has 1 question: to what extent did the music affect your performance on this task? One indicated that very much distracted me, while 7 indicated that very much enhanced my work. Well, we recruited 30 postgraduate students, including 13 males and 17 females. They are from diversified majors of study, such as linguistics, computer science, education, agriculture, and so on. Nearly 200 valid learning sessions were collected in this study. From the pre-processing steps, we excluded the durations less than 5 minutes, and also excluded those sessions containing, with missing data caused by technology failures. So on average, 6.5 learning sessions per participant was collected. In addition, more than 2,000 music listening records were also recorded. On average, per session has 13 songs. Let's come to the most exciting part, our preliminary results. First is the role of music characteristics from the aforementioned that we had several music characteristics. Let me introduce the first one, music genre. The genre data was provided by the Jamendo. And as we can see in the table, this result is obtained from the chi-square test, and we can see the genre and the task performance are associated significantly. And as we can see in the table, sessions with easy listening music mostly received positive report on task performance, while sessions with pop and classical music received more negative responses on task performance. It can be inferred that easy listening music is generally preferable for listening while studying, while pop music might be regarded undesirable by some learners, especially those who believe the vocal singing in pop music has distraction. And as for the classical music, it normally possesses more complexity in its musical structure, which might increase the cognitive load of learners. So the results might seem like the table shows. The second one is the fine-grained music features. It also has several parts. First is the percentage of vocal music. We calculated this feature using the number of vocal music divided by number of songs each session. And the acoustic features included two parts, tempo and the rhythm strength. These two features were obtained from the acoustic processing software Liberosa. The third is the music emotion. It included both happiness and energy. These two emotions were obtained via predictive modeling of acoustic features using SVM, and the training data were from previous studies of Doctor Who. Let's see the results. As the table shows, the happiness and the energy were both found to be positively correlated with learning engagement, especially the concentration and the auto sense of time. However, neither showed significant relationship with participants' perceived task performance. It can be inferred that effect of music emotion might be primarily related to engagement construct rather than learning performance construct. The third result is about the relationship between mood enhancement and learning. Well, as you can see in the picture, the change of valence is positively correlated to the task performance. It has a significance. And the change of arousal is positively correlated with altered sense of time. As indicated in arousal mood hypothesis, one of the most important ways that background music benefits learning is closely related to mood regulation. Mood enhancement is beneficial to learning performance and learning engagement. It just match the mood hypothesis, arousal mood hypothesis. Our last result is about the role of personal music preference. Well, music preference in this study is calculated by the average rating of music listened during each session. And as we can see in this table, music rating shows significant positive relationship between learning engagement, the concentration and also sense of time, and the learning performance. This finding underscores the importance of personalized music selection for facilitating learning. In a summary, this study explores how background music befits learning through a field experiment. And from our findings, we can see that the music characteristics and the task engagement, as well as the learning, the task performance are correlated. Our study has two implications. The first one is that it provided empirical evidence for the effect of music on learning in naturalistic settings. The second is it provided design implications for personalized music recommendation in educational setting. In addition, our study also has some the following three limitations. The first one is the sample size is still relatively small. The second one is lack of diversity in terms of participants' cultural background. It means that our participants were recruited from Hong Kong. It has the same cultural background. The third one is the subjectivity and the reliability of self-reported images. It needs it is needed caution. Finally, as for the future work, we plan to recruit larger and more culturally diversified samples, as well as we also aim to probe potential relationships between learners' traits and the music preference during learning, and expected more interesting findings. This slide shows the reference in this presentation. This is the end of the presentation, and should you have any questions, please feel free to contact Fan Jie, Dr. Xiaohu, our supervisor, or me from the University of Hong Kong. Thank you for listening, and also thanks in advance for your comments and questions.